to the RunRX podcast, where we talk about all things running. As many runners know, it's 90% mental. So join Coach Valerie and Coach Caroline as we go through the mental side of running.
Welcome back to the RunRX podcast. I'm your host, Coach Caroline, and I'm here with Coach Valerie. Coach, we were talking recently about the idea of like people are like, oh, I'm going to have knee surgery and it's going to fix everything. And I kind of wanted to bring up, I've brought this up a couple of times. I've had both of my knees like scoped. And when I mean minor surgery, like little bitty incisions, but they go in and they scrape the arthritis or whatever's dangling off your knee. And I thought it was going to be a quick fix, but it was not the 6 weeks of rehab. It was like 12 weeks because I'm literally breaking the impact of my knee, right? I'm literally scraping something off and I'm adjusting this envelope that is my body. And I think we as a society think, oh, this is going to be a quick fix. I'm going to get knee surgery. I'm going to get my hip fixed, and I'm only going to be out for the 8 weeks or whatever, and then I'll be fine. But that's not what happens, and it takes a lot longer. And there's a lot that goes into that. Can you speak to that? Like, how do we come back from those kind of things, even the small ones?
Well, I think that the key is to do before and after, and that's the big conversation. If you've already had, we have, by the way, lots of people come through, several with hip replacements. We've had knee replacements. So we're seeing that more and more. And
right.
Here's the thing. If you get a replacement, you're going to have to replace that replacement. So you really want to not get the replacement until you're older. So
right.
Like my mother-in-law is 75 and she wants one, and her doctor's trying to get her to wait till she's like 78. So yesterday, this is just a fun little story. I play pickleball and a woman says to me, my doctor says I need a knee replacement. And she's wearing 3 knee bands around her knees. That she bought it like at the pharmacy.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of them, though, her doctor sold it to her for $800.
Oh.
And I'm going to bring that up in a minute. And I said to her, and I just want everyone to know that I really want you to want to work on you. Like, that's my goal for you. So I said, before I would do any surgery, you have to be honest with yourself. You do know she's not doing enough. She's not doing strength training, and not
right.
enough. And so I said, if you would really learn first, take like 6 months to a year even, and work on really developing your own body strength and your body awareness. I've been helping her with just walking. She's not going to be able to run yet. That's okay. We're just doing pose walking. Guys, in just a week, she feels a difference. So I told her, get a second opinion. But the doctor, if you go see a surgeon and say, sir, hey doc, my knee hurts, and he's a knee surgeon, I'm sorry, that's probably what he's going to recommend. Knee surgery. And I keep meeting people that have been in pain for so long. We had a woman recently that said to me, I've had this pain for 3 years. I watch your videos. I'm still in pain. Why are you waiting? What are you waiting for? And then finds a therapist to tell her, oh, it's because you have your calves are tight. It has nothing to do with her calves are tight. Just like this woman with the knee, her knee hurts because she's overweight and she has no glutes. So when she walks, she's putting 3 to 10 times up to 10 times her body weight on the outside of her knee. Guys, we can help you with this. Are you willing to do the work to put in? This is what I asked her. Will you let me help you build your butt? Because if you would build your butt, your knee pain will reduce. It's not like she was out and you see, guys, she doesn't have like a torn ACL or a torn MCL. There's nothing. She has, I'm overweight and my butt isn't working, is what she has. I don't know what we can call that so it's not offensive. And by the way, you don't have to be overweight. I have another woman I'm helping. She's so lean. Like she's very lean, incredible sciatic pain, IT band pain, side of hip pain, outer knee pain, has not been enjoying walking or running. And I mean, within 2 weeks of me helping her with glute walks, she's like, oh my gosh, you were right. It's my butt. I'm like, I know it is. And it's not like I say it because it makes me happy. It only makes me happy that she's out of pain. And
Right.
I'm telling you guys, you're not using your butt. You're not using it right. You're not
Yeah.
walking correctly. You're not bending your knees. So they're unhappy with you. And the challenge I have is, it makes me almost cry, is if you're not going to do the work before you get that knee replacement, are you going to do it after? Because it's going to
Right.
hurt just as bad if you're not learning how to walk correctly, sit correctly. I mean, let's not even talk about running. You're not standing
Yeah.
right.
You're
So
not
it's like,
moving.
right? I mean, how do we get the word out to please, please? You don't need to just go straight to surgery or pay $800 for a
Yeah.
knee
Yeah.
band, because that knee band, all it's doing is bending the knee, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm like,
Or restricting the knee the way your I had a big knee brace, and it was literally restricting the muscles around my knee for when I needed to bend it. But if I
right.
had strengthened my muscles, they could have done it themselves. You know?
I know. And then what's funny, guys, is like every time a woman puts on a knee brace or a knee thing, they always say, I wish they'd make them so that my thigh fat didn't go over the brace. I'm like,
Which should
why don't we
be,
just
by
get
the
it
way,
to
our
where you don't
first
have
sign
to?
that maybe.
Although I'll say this, now this I advocate for. As I've gotten older, if you're over 40, ladies, gents, do not put your bare knees on the concrete or ground.
Right.
Please use a mat.
Yeah.
That is really important. And that's
Yeah.
very important. Like, that's not the same at all as what I'm talking about. But I'm telling you, I teach every day and I have new people all the time. And everyone I meet, not a one of them can do a glute bridge. They
Right.
cannot isolate their glutes. And it's okay. I mean, I can't do anything they can do. If you put me in front of a computer, I just freeze. But imagine, guys, you're missing out on so much good communication with your body. So surgery should be, of course, Caroline, I always say this. I'm not talking about acute injuries. I'm talking about my knee's been hurting, my knee's been hurting. Well, let's look at your glutes. Let's look at your structure. Let's look at how you're standing and walking. Because a lot of us are missing out on running, and a lot of good years of running left on those knees.
Right. Well, and like there's a saying that I can't remember if it was Dr. Romanoff's or yours, but I always think of it: correct movement corrects movement.
Yeah,
So you
that's
have to
it.
say that really slow, guys. You have to have correct movement to move correctly is another way of saying it. But I just really like that because it's really important, and we don't think about that. We think about, like I said, the quick fix. I'm going to get a cortisone shot. I'm going to get, I'm going to get a surgery. I'm going to get some sort of a knee brace. Or do you have we get these all the time. Do you have a drill that I can do? What's that one self care that'll fix this? Right? It's it's not a quick fix because it's your whole body and they're all connected, and
Right. But
fixing one thing isn't going to fix everything,
well,
right?
I want to, and then let me just say this real quick because you'll laugh at this too. So first they'll say, "What's that one thing?" And then I'll say, "Well, if you would just do these glute lifts and these glute walks," and then they'll turn around to Caroline and say, "Does she have more things?"
Yeah.
And
Is
I'm
there a
always like,
library?
"Why would I hide anything? Why?
Yeah.
My goal for you is to be out of pain." The challenge I have for people is like, if you're not willing to squeeze your own glutes, right? And to really work on building that butt back, I mean, right? Like, what do you
Right.
think? There's something better? Like,
Yeah. Well,
there's no
or
machine, there's no nothing. And I promise you that when you start with the foundation that way and just work on that activation of that. And by the way, just so you guys know, Dr. Romanoff used to get on my case because he's like, too much, Valerie. It's too much activation. Like, enough with the activation. Now they're all squeezing their butt, pulling their stomach in, and they look silly. Like they're not
yeah,
relaxed. And so
there is such a thing, I guess, of too much.
of course there is, but in the beginning, it's like the drills. They don't even, you don't if you don't know how to pull, we have to
Right.
first be silly with it and exaggerate it and really
Exaggerate it, right.
teach it.
Hmm.
Then you can relax. I mean, I told him they don't know where their butt is. How can they pull
Right.
their hamstring? And he would,
Absolutely.
right? So that was our challenge in the beginning is he was used to working with Olympic athletes.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, no, no. I'm working with me, right?
Right.
And just
Yeah.
to understand that the older you get, guys, our muscles need to be talked to even more, need to be woken up even more. It's they're they gotta be, you're right. It's a constant thing. So don't think of it as I'm making it not fun. I want you to think of it like you're gonna get this new connection with your body. Even if you end up getting surgery, you'll be so much better prepared, one, for the surgery, which is like a huge, like cutting yourself, right? Have to
Yeah.
recover. You'll be stronger for the recovery. And while you're recovering, you can continue working on your good movement that you started learning before. So I'm like,
Right.
whether you're going to do the surgery or not, and hopefully we can avoid if possible, at least start working on the things you should be working on anyway.
Absolutely. And one of the things I was going to say too about the libraries and so forth, guys, is there's really, honestly, I think we've counted 12 movements, 12 strength movements, right? That would help you be a better runner.
Well, that
Now,
the body can actually do, to be
right.
honest. Like, I mean,
So if we say that, let's just start with those 12. What's really incredible and people don't realize is that's those 12 in a regular movement body. Somebody that maybe is, I'm overweight, or I might have flexibility issues, or I have other issues that then she has to modify. So those 12 become 12 new ones that are modified, and then I get good at it. And so those 12 can also become 12 more that are a little bit more advanced and a little bit more challenging. So now instead of 12 or 24, we've got 36 versions. So that's what we mean by library.
right.
And so what'll happen is, it's so funny because people will say, well, I did this. Maybe I did it modified, or I'm past the modification. Is there more? And it's like, well, there's another way of doing it that's a little more challenging, but the movement is the same. And if you get that movement right, you will get a workout, right? You will get stronger, you will advance. But it's really funny. They like, well, I saw this other movement that's way over here. And you're like, okay, you're not anywhere near capable of doing that other movement, right? And it's a deviation off the 12 that's like not even advanced. It's like super supreme or something like that. It's like an
Right. I mean,
Olympic
yeah,
athlete.
just be careful
Right.
in going past the base. My thing is, first, let's talk about if you can even do the
Right.
foundation movement correctly.
And
And
that's the point. They
yeah,
say, like, what's my next thing? And we're like, well, show me that you can do the thing first. Then let's
yeah, and
talk
then
about
you
the
can
next
do,
thing.
and then you can do all the things.
Yeah. And that's what's so powerful about the Zooms, guys, is a lot of times those people say, like, well, what's the next thing? Well, let's come into the Zoom. Let me see you do a squat. Let me see you do a glute bridge. And then we find out, oh, you weren't actually doing the glute bridge right. So let me show you how to actually fire it correctly. And suddenly, that's what's so powerful about the Zooms, is you can actually correct them in real time as though you're sitting in the room with them. And it doesn't matter that there's 5 other people in the room, because they're learning from it too, just like any group class. You correct one person, I'm going to see you correct that person. I'm going to go, oh, okay. I get it now, right? So it becomes a really great learning experience. And we've really been able to help people with that movement. And they realize suddenly, oh, I don't need that newfangled thing that one person was showing me because I have to get the actual movement right first, correct?
Yeah, I think that like my thing, especially like for example, if you need a strong glute, we all need to do glute bridges. We all need to do glute walks. These are all, when we talk about these foundational movements,
Right.
we all need to learn how to squat correctly. Once that's gone on, then yeah, if you want to learn how to do squats and add weights to it, you for sure can, and go for it. And we can help you with that too. But first, let's make sure we know how to squat. And that's where people get really challenged, I think, is they want, like anything else, I want to go right to I want to go to the advanced, if like you want to say. But
Yeah.
but that's the one thing, guys, like being coached, being coachable. We've talked about this a lot. A lot of people that come into RunRX, they've never had a coach before. Like maybe they
Right.
did. I didn't. I Before Dr. Romanoff, I mean, I'm the coach.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like I'm the leader, I'm the coach. I had a ton of certifications, but I didn't get coached. And then the funny part is my coach was the meanest. Like he's savage, fully savage, no feelings, no, and he doesn't care. He's like, don't you want to be good? I'm like, yeah. Well, then learn. So as I
Right.
get
Then follow
older,
my instruction.
as I get older in my filter, I see why he's like that now. If
Yeah.
you really, really want to not have knee pain or hip pain or foot pain or any pains, learn how to move correctly using your own body first.
Absolutely. So, guys, if you're not following us, I hope you'll hit the follow button. If you're not subscribed, hit like and subscribe. If you liked this podcast, give us 5 stars and share it with a friend. It'll get us out there. And if you want to learn more or follow along, get into our app. Go to the App Store or Google Play, search for RunRX Academy, and you'll see us there. And we put a lot of our content in there. It's like 80% free. There's a couple things you can buy, but we try to do it nominal. It's just for those opportunities to get more one-on-one training with Valerie. Those are where you'll have to pay a little bit more. But to actually just learn in a methodology and in a way that you can ask a question, we have that for you. So don't stay in pain, guys. Don't look for that quick fix
Please,
before trying to
please
move
don't.
correctly. And hopefully we will see you in the membership. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for joining us on the RunRX podcast. If you'd like to know more, join us at www.runrx.fit. And if you have additional questions that you'd like answered on the podcast, email us at support@runrx.fit.